Firstly, thank you so much for coming in. You accepted my invite. That's a huge thing for me.
Thank you, man, for having me. I'm happy to be here, and always happy to spread the love of ARR.
Of course, and the man that you are, that's the best part because back in the days, I remember watching some of your interviews, and then the vibe that I got right from your interview itself, I could feel that he's one awesome guy that I really want to meet. And I've never had the opportunity. I've been here in Australia for the last 20 years, but I've loved the music and loved all the energy that you guys gave through your music.
You,
And
you've been there for 20 years.
20 years, yeah.
Did you check? Did you see the Parramatta
Of
concert?
course, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, that was wild, man. Australia Parramatta Park
Yes.
it was
I,
out of this world.
I live in Melbourne, but I came to Sydney for that. Yes, I've been to almost every concert, and I traveled overseas as well for the concerts. But yeah, it's just one of those things I couldn't explain.
Super.
Yeah, you know what, Blase? The thing is, I started off this podcast, and I'm doing it as a tribute, as I told you earlier, right? And then as soon as I started, I have a friend in Singapore called Vin, and he's a huge fan of yours, and he straight away messaged me saying, "Bro, we need Blase." And I said, "Buddy, you know what? Even before you told me, I messaged him, but I never heard back from him. So I'm not sure if he has either seen or who do I talk to get him in." And then I told him, "Okay, Srini sir is coming very soon, and I will talk to him then to put a word to Blase to get him on the podcast." And interestingly enough, couple of days before Srini sir came onto the podcast, you sent me a message saying, "Let's do it."
Well, one thing I gotta tell you, man, Srini sir is just another amazing person. You know what I mean? He's always kept me in mind
Yeah.
whenever something has come up, and so much so that even during this lockdown, because you brought it up, I shall reveal. There's another like big song thing that's coming out, and
Right.
it's really big. And Srini sir was the first one to pick up the phone and say, "Hey, Blase, come and be a part of it." And I
Awesome.
said, "Hey, man, but it's in all the four South Indian languages. So what do
Wow.
I do?" He said, "Hey, you're Blase, man. Do what you want to do." And so I put a few lines of English in there, and it just kind of worked out. But much love and respect to Srini sir always, man. You know, he's that one amazing guy who's always kind of got your back.
Of course, and I've known him for more than a year and a half, I think. And then, you know what? After that, I love ARR number plate thing and all happened and stuff like that. He probably was one of the first to be in touch with me, and then he actually invited me over to his apartment in Chennai when I traveled for the August 2019 Chennai concert. He invited me over, and we spoke for hours. One amazing guy for sure. And yeah, I felt very blessed. Anyway, I feel even more blessed now the fact that Blase, you're on my podcast, because when I think about it, I'm just an ordinary fan, and I don't have any backing of any brands or absolutely nothing. All that I'm doing is a podcast as a tribute to Sir, and then you very gladly accepted. I feel extremely honored. Thanks
And
again.
and shall I just reiterate what you said? You know why I accepted?
Okay.
Because I'm just the ordinary kid, man, who grew up in Africa, and I always wanted to rap and I always wanted to sing. And this guy that you're doing the tribute show for, he gave me that opportunity. So it's just, it's like if my dream came through because of him, then it's my duty and responsibility to be here and keep that love going, man, no matter what.
I think it's your humility.
No, and honestly, man, like you say, I I'm just I love doing what I do. I love working. I love writing.
Of
I love performing.
course.
And so it's something that I think a lot of the new artists today, because it's so easy to get out there or to make your own videos or to make your own cover songs,
Yeah.
they're missing the whole point about how special that little area is on the stage. It's blessed.
Of
And
course.
to be able to be a part of that, man, always keeps you grounded and lets you know that you're just the same like everybody, except you're on a microphone. That's about it.
Well, Blase, it's it's very, 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 very kind of you for all the great words. And thank you once again for coming over. And then, look, I would love to jump straight into the podcast. I mean, I can't wait to
Thank you,
hear.
man. Had a great session. All right, I'll catch you next week. Peace.
No! And thing is, I mean, you have known AR for a while. And if I'm not wrong, I think you're his favorite rapper that I have known. And then you have known him right from his early days as well. And I was just curious to know what were the jamming sessions like with AR, and also what were the early days like with AR?
Wow. Just to thank you for asking that, because just to be able to sit down and reminisce and go back into that space, man, it's like another world. It's like another lifetime. It's so amazing, yet it's just like yesterday. Because one of the first things I'll tell you is so many studios that I've been to and go to, but the first real proper studio recording that I had, I was lucky that it was ARR's.
Wow.
So my very first that first impression of this field of music, of entertainment, it became like a holy thing. It became a spiritual thing.
Wow.
Because my first experience going into this huge studio, the first time actually, I got into his Panchatan studios.
Wow.
And I'm sitting inside the studio. I have my notepad out and I'm ready to write some stuff. And right next to me, Rahman Sir is sitting there and he's programming some stuff.
Wow.
For me, I always told him for my first meeting that, man, just to be around you and to hear the vibe inspires me to write. So I've always just been there and just doing my own thing. But at the first beginning session, he went outside, and I didn't know this back then, but he would generally go and do his prayers, but he doesn't go for like 5 minutes, he goes for like 45 minutes.
Yes.
And just sitting there. But I thought maybe this is a test because I'm a new guy. So I sat there, I had my book notepad, and I'm like writing, and then I'm trying to look because I want to see what is this amazing studio like. What is everything? I'm looking, and I see these small little things which are actually fire alarm stuff, but I thought they're video cameras. So I used to just sit there. Okay, he's probably gone up and he's watching whether I'm going and checking out the files, taking a USB. I just sit there and I'll be writing, like, okay, I'm writing. For like hours and hours, man.
Wow.
It became something that every time I go home, I realize that there's so much of inspiration there, and there's something more. Also, when we sit down to record, it's so real. Whether he lights a candle and whether you talk about the song, it's not like when I have gone to other studios after that. Man, it's like a party. It's like, yo, what do you want to drink? Yo, man, let's go out. Let's have some chai. Yo, man, okay, now let's record. After 4 hours, you record something, man. But it's not, you know what I mean? So for me, luckily, that was my first experience, was so divine that even today, when I get a call from Rahman to go to the studio, he tells me, hey, can you come? Where are you? I said, I can, but I need an hour. And he says, what? And then I went and I explained to him. I said, man, because when you call, no matter what time of the day, I got to go have a shower. I got to go do my prayers. It's like you're going to, work is worship. For me, it's literally, that's the temple of music. You go to do your work, but it's worship. And every time I've done that, which is every single time, what comes out of that is magic, man. It's, even if it's just one syllable that he wants me to put in a song, it's fine. But it's still something that you're so blessed and lucky to be a part of.
Of course. Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, it has just been magical with every piece of word that you have sung. It's been an amazing thing. And yeah, I will talk more about some of the tracks specifically on how it has influenced me, and also how it has impacted some of the other guys that I have spoken to recently in terms of my friends when I told them that Blaaze was coming. And there are a bunch of fans here in Australia. They're absolutely crazy about you. I'll talk about them in specific as we progress. The thing is, I mean, it's an amazing story. I totally loved listening to this, and this is the whole point of this podcast, where me, representing all the other millions of other fans, get to hear this side of the story, because this is something that you're not going to talk on a normal day to anyone else. And we are absolutely crazy to hear anything associated with AR. And the best part is, one of the things that I've noticed as part of this podcast journey, right, is I've had like about 13 or 14 guests so far. I have a huge backlog to edit. That's a different story. But one of the things that has been, how should I put it, a common factor with all the guests is everyone stays humble. Well, I want to be naughty here, and I want to ask you, I'm sure they're not pretending to be humble, or is this something that they get influenced when they are associated with AR in some shape or form?
I think only if you are humble, you're going to be able to get associated with AR because of the way the universe works.
Correct.
Okay. And secondly, I think it's more to do with experience and time.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, for me, I've been rapping since 91.
Yeah.
Okay. Since Zambia.
Wow.
And when I got my break in 2003, that was 2002. So it's literally like 11, 12 years after I've been properly doing rap for like it was my everything.
Yeah.
After that period between 2002 when I got the Baba rap break to 2003 July.
Yeah.
Just that 8 months or 7 months to 1 year, that period.
Yeah.
Man, this was not Blaaze. You know, I had been struggling for so long.
Yeah.
To a point where when I got that ARM on break, obviously it's going to go straight to your head, man.
Correct.
You know, and not just straight to your head. It's like, yo, I knew it. I knew that it could work. My belief came true, and you are on top of the world.
Yeah.
And I had been like that. The minute I got my break, man, I was living in Bombay, and I was like, dude, this is it. I'm Blaaze.
Wow.
But I'm telling you, the way the universe works, and AR was cool with it because that's a rap thing, you know, the way I would talk to him, the way everything is just real. It's just because I never grew up, you know, in a different way. So it's always been like that.
Yeah.
But in July 2003, just 8-7 months after starting working with Rema, my father had a heart attack and passed away.
Sorry.
So none of my material, none of my songs, he's never seen my name on a CD.
Oh, wow.
And he has actually been there supporting me since I was 1984 breakdancing in Zambia.
Wow.
And all the Indians around would be like, yo, this kid is not going to be anything. How can you let him wear an earring, do his breakdance? It's not okay.
Yeah.
But he just let me do it. They supported, my parents, they supported for so long.
Wow.
When I got that break, it's like I got this and boom, he went.
Right.
It just brought me straight back down.
Wow.
And I said, listen, man, if any song I do, if he's not going to hear it or tell me, you know, it's just something you do because that's what you love to do.
Yeah.
And I do it for you. I'm not doing it because you want to hear me doing a gangster rap. I don't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it put a lot of things in perspective. And I think that was the peak time when I kind of realized that, man, this is all entertainment. And as long as you can entertain, that's all you got to do. Right. When I go home, it's back to the chores and back to the, you know, being what you got to be. But so I'm saying people have other reasons of why they are humbled down. I think for me, it was because just to be grounded and understand early on in my career itself. That man, all of this is just out there. It's glamorous, it's beautiful,
Yeah.
You got to enjoy it,
Yeah.
not take it too much and not let it go to your head.
Right. Well, yeah, it's a great thing that you mentioned. And on that note, right, of course, you have known AR for so long. What do you think keeps him so grounded at all times, and nothing just gets to his head? He just drives a normal car. Nothing really matters to me. He's not a materialistic guy. He loves instruments. I know that, but that's pretty much it. But he just remains the man he is always. And at all the opportunities that I have had to meet him and talk to him, and I recently met him in Trichy as well 2 months ago. He gave me 15 minutes to talk to him. He's just the same guy that I would have met 5 years ago. So
I
I'm
think
curious to know.
I honestly think that from my example, if I can be so humbled down with just one experience of my dad going in
Yeah.
2003,
Yeah.
man, he's been living with it since the beginning.
Yeah.
So imagine how much of stuff has
Yeah.
been thrown his way,
Yeah.
and he's had to just kind of keep his cool about it.
Yeah.
I think that's what teaches you, and he learned way before all of us, man, that
True.
this is what life is really about.
True.
And that's how I need to navigate in this world.
Yeah.
And all we can do is just take glimpses of that and
Wow.
try to follow that in a little way, and we'll become better human beings,
Yeah, very well said. Wow, amazing. Really cool. Well, you touched upon Baba Rap, and I just can't resist asking about it. Can you tell us everything about Baba Rap? Because that was just mind blowing for us. A new person came into being for us. The moment Blaaze came into Baba Rap, that's it. Life changed from that moment. I mean, it was just sensational. Personally, as a fan, and you've done it. What was it like for you?
Man, first, before that, yo, I'm about to explode. Here I come, can you feel my flow? Bob, Bob, that's what they say. B to the A to the B to the A. Bob, Bob, I'm a magical man. Yo, do you understand? Hey, you, stop right there. 1, 2, 3, yeah. I'm a man on a mission with ambition. As I hear the beats, tell me to an Indian tradition with the plan to make the whole world safe and free. The name is Baba, yeah, that's me.
Woo! Awesome, I love it. Awesome, wow.
Now, before that happened,
Right.
it was like, yo, once upon a time I'm living when I'm winning, and I'm in it with a little man. When I first went there, I started to write and write. He said, yo, do a rap for Baba. I had to write and write because you want to impress him.
Yeah.
Back, man, I know so much vocabulary. This is my dictionary in my mind.
Yeah.
You writing, and I took it full confidence, chest out.
Yeah.
I'm like, Rahman, I'm ready. Here's my rap. He said, what? His face is like, okay. He said, I don't understand it. I'm not getting it. I said, what? That's like these big lines and big syllables. He said, okay, can the auto guy rap that?
Wow.
I said, no, man. He said, then it's not going to work. It's Rajnikant, his face on it. I want the auto guy to be driving and singing this rap.
Wow.
I said, man, it's too fast. He's not going to get it.
Yeah.
He said, so you got to figure it out, get it.
Wow.
I said, then like what? It's like nursery school, man. It's like they don't, you start with A, B, C's. What? He said, yeah, so do that.
Wow.
I said, he said, yeah. I said, okay. So like Baba, then B to the A to the B to the A. Yeah, see, I can say that. I said, no, man. I spent like 12 years writing books and books and books of lyrics. And now you're telling me B to the A, that's all you want? He said, after that, you say whatever, but just give me that. That's what we want.
Wow.
Then I went back, flipped it around that same night.
Yeah.
And came back. Bharat Bala was sitting there with him. And I said, okay, I got something.
Yeah.
He said, that's it. Record. We're doing it. I was like, that's it. So I'm saying, and this is not just for me, but for every artist who walks into that door,
Yeah.
you don't know what your potential is.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
And he knows how to make it just perfect.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing. And how long was this recording session for? Just out of curiosity.
So the actual Baba Rap was just actually, there was a programmer was programming there, Joshua Sridhar.
Yeah.
yeah, so he was doing his programming stuff for it and like the scratch idea. And I went and I sat with him, wrote down my stuff, came downstairs, did it for Rahman live, and he said, just go and record it now. We recorded it. This was from like 10, 11 p.m. till 7 a.m.
Oh my God.
The Baba rap completely.
Wow. Yeah.
And the day before that, I was at work. I was working for a radio station in Bombay. I was drive time RJ, 9 to 5, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. every day.
Ooh.
And I got this call from Rahman's manager. And when I said I have to go, this is my dream call, he said no. And I said, well, I got to go. Bye-bye. And I quit. And I took the night flight and went down to Chennai. 10 p.m. started, 7 a.m. I finished, had some breakfast with Sir. And then I got on the flight and I was back in Bombay, married with no job and no way to know what's going to come next. And then my parents sitting in Zambia. And then they called me, they said, how could you do that? And I said, I don't know, when Rahman calls, you just go. And to me, they knew how much it means to me, to be able to do that.
Wow.
And I think, so that happened and I was back in Bombay. And a couple of days, 6 days passed, nothing. And then Noel called. And he said, man, Rajnikant came to the studio. He heard the Baba rap, and he said, change all the trailers, put that everywhere in the film, put it in the BGMs. So come back, we got another song for you. And that was the boys' dating song. So that's how it kind of...
Oh my goodness. Right. And of course, we're going to deep dive into the dating song further down, but I don't want to jump into that straight. The thing is, as I said, there are a bunch of guys here who are AR Rahman fans and of course fans of yours too. And they asked me that please do ask Blaaze, how did Rajesh Raman, etc. change to Blaaze? And I said to the guys, Blaaze would have said this so many times in all the interviews. Why haven't you checked it out? And they said, no, I want him to say this in the I ARR podcast. So I'm leaving this question with you.
Well, I'll give you an ARR connection to that.
Right. Okay.
So when the first boys, so Baba Rap was just on the movie. It never released in a physical format on a CD or anything. But then when the boys songs were done, Sarigame and Dating, when that was done, he asked me, okay, so what's the credit on the CD? I said, yes, Blaaze, man, 6 letters, just that. He said, but they might not get it. Because it's not like, Karthik or Rajesh or something. It's like Blaaze, like, man, and how would you, translate? And I said, it is what it is. Oh, my name is, Lakshmi Narasimha Vijay Rajagopala Sheshatu Sharma Rajesh Raman. But then...
Is that what it is, or is it on your passport?
No, on my passport is Rajesh Raman.
Okay.
Yeah. So the thing was, from his connection, the point was that it wasn't ever about the name.
Right.
It was about a new voice and a new style and a new kind of vibe. And so when I sit with them, it'd be like, man, if they don't get your name in the first, if they don't get it in the second, if they don't get it in the 10th, you just got to keep doing good work and hope that they eventually get it.
Wow.
And so many times, like in all the boy CDs, it says Blaaze. When you translate it, it's Balaji. So in Telugu, it's all Balaji.
Oh gosh.
And I used to call every producer. Oh, look at the back of the CD and be like, sir, this is Blaaze. Peru Seria Podla, sir. Yes, definitely. Next printler will change it. It's never happened ever.
Wow.
But the thing is, after a point, you kind of realize, man. If you really got it, like Schwarzenegger.
Right. Yeah. Of course.
You got to go figure it out if you really like him. If you don't, it doesn't matter, man. Just let it go.
Yeah. Awesome.
But that's how the Blaaze thing happened on the CDs with Rahman. But
awesome.
The whole name thing, it's when you're born back in the day, my grandfather, my mom, they all had reasons why they kept each name.
Yeah, of course.
And recently there was a guy on my Instagram handle, R Blaaze.
Yeah.
Ting ting. Can you see the subtitle? All right, go follow. on the Instagram, there was a guy who asked this question. Hey, can you rap your full name? And I made a full video out of it and sent it to him, man.
Oof.
And he was so happy because it's Lakshmi Narasimha, Hima be the first to, Hima be the Lord, Hima coming right through you, Vijaya, yeah, them gonna see me, them gonna see Vijaya, cause of me, you're born on Vijaya, that's a me day. Some of the people, them must say, this boy, ya go far, Raja, 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 Gopal, Sheshadri Sharma be the name of the clan. I'm gonna make the assumption that you will understand that the name which is next be the one I love best, because my mother, she sing it when she put me to her chest. Be an actor, superstar, star of the time. Rajesh Khanna, man in my pine, and a Raman. It be the name of me father, Raman. It be the name of me father, Lakshmi Narasimha Vijaya Raja Gopal Sheshadri Sharma Rajesh Raman.
Oh my goodness. Blaaze, you know what I feel like doing? Just quitting everything here in Australia and just coming there to Chennai to hang out with you and AR. That's it.
We're burning up with 41.6 degrees Celsius. Come bake with us. It's crazy, man.
No, it's even worse during summer over here. So we have had like 50 degrees days too.
Wow.
Anyway, but that was sensational. My God, how do you even do it? How is this possible? For me, it seems like it's humanly impossible is what you do. I'm not exaggerating, but this is not easy shit. Trust me. So, of course. Look, one of the things that I wanted to ask you was, before I jump into that, I noticed that picture in the background with you and AR. Do you have any memories of that? Because that seems like a cool picture, and then quite obviously I've framed it. Wow. Ooh, so cool. Amazing. Love it. Have you got any memories of that? I love it.
So
this
was the People's Unity concert.
Yeah.
And it was a United Nations thing. And I think that's where we did the Pray For Me Brother.
Yeah.
As a performance with just me and Mehman Sir, man. Just two.
Oh, wow.
Just the two.
No musician, no instruments whatsoever.
Nothing.
Wow.
The stage was just the two of us performing one of the earliest versions of Pray For Me Brother, which is about 8 to 12, 10 minutes long.
Oof.
And because that's a song that we worked on. I was in Bombay at that time.
Yeah.
And like you asked, how was the working way? I used to keep traveling to Chennai and being here for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, go back. We did a little bit. We did one version. We had so many versions, like from 20 minutes to 12 minutes to 8 minutes to 6 minutes to 3 minutes. Oof. And over like several months.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
That kept going on. And so finally, during that period, there was this United Nations concert that happened in Delhi. Yeah. And he said, hey, Blaaze, let's go try out this song.
Yeah.
And we went and did it. And so, I had to get it all laminated and put up and
wow.
over there. But
wow, it's amazing though.
Precious, man.
Of course, I totally agree. And you can see all my pictures with AR. I've just framed it and I just love it. I mean, this is my office / ARR room here. And
beautiful.
It's a lot of positivity for me when I'm working here and when I'm here. I don't know, there's some energy.
Absolutely, yeah.
And thing is, thanks for those memories. And look, Blaaze, I'm into running. I run marathons here, and I also ran a marathon last year and dedicated that to AR as well. And I'm sure he has seen those pictures. I sent it to him. In fact, even my race bib on the race, for the marathon said, I love ARR. And he smiled, obviously, thinking, oh, this crazy guy is not going to be off my back. Anyway, that wasn't what I was going to talk about. But the thing is, me being a runner, I listen to a lot of music, and it's predominantly AR's music. And then a lot of those tracks are the rap versions and all the songs, pretty much every song that you have sung. And one of the tracks in particular is Delhi 6, right? And that plays, I think, around the 27th kilometer or something when I'm running a 42-kilometer marathon. and I plan my tracks really well, and I know which track is going to come and where I'm going to be having pain, and then the track is going to help me. So this is one of those tracks, Delhi 6, and I was very keen to know if you have any memories of recording that.
Man, that was all a blur because I'm telling you, those actually the thing with that is it has so many elements.
Yeah.
It has so many different vibes coming in and out.
Yeah.
It was Rahman trying to capture that essence of Delhi.
Wow.
Okay. But he had like me from Zambia. He had like Tanvi, man, from right here in Chennai. Yeah. And then he had the Delhi guys. So, but to try and put all that in, honestly, it's just Rahman's magic.
Yeah.
All I would say I could do is like go there and say, what do you want me to do? I say, okay, here are 8 bars. Put me something here that's going to be like something. And I say, okay, well, I mean, I said, Delhi. Yeah, okay, I haven't heard that vibe before. It's got the falsetto as well. Let's go. Next. It's just like, and then, but he would know the bigger picture.
Right.
At that moment, none of us really have a clue of the bigger picture.
Wow.
We only know what we got to do and do the best of what you can.
Right.
And he would then, come up with, when you listen to it, you're like, oh yeah, that's my song, man. That's my song.
You have no idea what the track does to me. Only I know about it, especially when I'm running and then running in pain.
Wow.
And the other track in that context is Papu Can't Dance. And I'm sure you would have some memories of that track too.
Man, that was just me wanting to do like okay, so now you ask for it. Like you see my dreadlocks,
yes,
right now, yes. And like you know how I really look without the dreadlocks. It's like it's been my dream to be, because growing up in Zambia, all my cool friends were the reggae guys.
Right.
The rap was there, but the reggae guys were just like on a different level. Yeah. It was like simpler lyrics, but so melodic and so twisted that you had to listen to try to get it.
Yeah.
But you still enjoyed it, but you couldn't pick it up fully.
Right.
And that's something I've always loved doing and I keep doing. So when Papu Can't Dance Sala came across, instead of putting in a rap thing, he was like, when I'm here to you with the dance and the hall, and when I'm here to you with the dance, say, when I'm here to you with the dance and the hall, and when I'm here to you with the dance, say. And I had a lot of stuff written like that on that space. But being a commercial Hindi song, it was like, that's what needed to be there to work.
Yeah.
But just the fact that when you heard it for the first time, you was like, what did you say? What was that? I said, yeah, that's the whole point.
Wow.
And so it just had that dance hall reggae vibe, which is just nice, man. So
wow.
That's how I don't know, it just prayed and something came up and we recorded it and people liked it.
How does he know that this is how the song should be shaped? I mean, as in, how does he know that you need to be singing this way to make it happen? I know he's a visionary.
Yeah, well, if we knew that, then yo, man, that game over.
True. Wow. And well, I have to ask you, I have a couple of more songs to talk about. In particular, the next one is Patshala. This is also one of the tracks that helps me go through the pain when I'm running a marathon. Please tell me about this song.
So this was really a deep one for me because man, you had on one side you had Prasoon Joshi writing all these things.
Yeah.
And then he was like, Blaaze, now write a rap version of Apni To Patshala.
Yeah.
And then at that point, I was in Bombay.
Yeah.
Rahman had come to Bombay.
Yeah.
So had come to Bombay for a recording. He was at his hotel. He wasn't even in a studio.
Yeah.
He was at a hotel, staying in a hotel. I think we were there for Filmfare or for something, okay?
Yeah.
But middle of the night, like 10, 11, and his engineer, Aditya Modi, he was there with him in the hotel. And at 11 o'clock, I get a call saying, okay, Blaaze, if you're up, come to the hotel room.
Wow.
Okay. So go to the hotel room.
Yeah.
And on his laptop.
Yeah.
Like how I'm
rhyming
with you right now.
Yeah.
This is all we had, man. He was on his laptop sitting there he said, okay, I got a little thing going on. This is the Pachala group. This is the idea. So can you put some rap to it? Put something to it. I said, like right now? He said, yeah. I said, okay, all right. And I looked at Aditya. I said, so where are we going to go record? See, record right here. Just record. You write your stuff, you'll record. All he did was, I think, set up a mic connected to the USB of the laptop.
Yeah.
And the first thing was, yo, in everything is yo. So a simple suggestion was, hey, Blaaze, do it the reverse here. Oi, say, oi, it just became
Oh my goodness! Wow!
It just that thought instigated, inspired a complete chain of thought to just think backwards.
Oof.
And
Wow.
from that think backwards of that say hoi, it became to the Mahal of the Taj, to the Minnar of Qutub,
Ooh.
to the Kumari of Kanya. In my head, it just started to go in that direction, the writing.
Wow!
And then it was like, he liked it. He said, yeah, that's going to work. Record, man. And we recorded that. And that's it. I never redid that.
Oh,
I never went back for that song, man.
yes. Wow!
Because it was just going to be a rap version, man. It's just a rap version. And it's still classic.
Wow! I mean, it's only after you explained it, I actually figured that's the way it is. Oh my goodness! Wow! It's just sensational, though. I absolutely love it because this had such a big impact even on the screen. I still remember I had visited India then, and I went to watch that movie along with my elder brother, and it was just mind blowing, especially with this track and stuff like that. This is one of my most favorite.
Yeah, and they're on the Jeep behind,
Yes,
on the
yes,
gateway
yes.
of India and all that. Yeah.
That's it.
And I mean,
Yeah.
and while we did that, Rakesh Mehra had a whole promotion thing with Amir Khan, okay?
Yeah.
And at that time, we went to Bombay to do some promotions for it.
Wow.
And there was like some fashion show, and me and the other guys singing Be a
Oh.
Rebel.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
great memories, man. Just wanted to tell you. Yeah.
Amazing, right? I absolutely love it. And then, I mean, yeah, when you're blessed, Blaaze, you're blessed. That's all I can say. And thanks for giving us such an amazing song. And if it wasn't you, I really don't think I could have imagined anyone else doing this. Pretty sure AR knew. And look, there was another song that was made just for you. I don't know if you would remember this. Kangalal Kaidisai, Aha Tamiramma. You have no idea. I'm still glued to this song. And of course, people may not even would have watched the movie when it came out because I personally haven't watched it. But the soundtrack still plays on my playlist. And some of the guys who messaged me earlier this morning said, you have to ask Blaaze about this song. It couldn't have been possible for anyone else do this. Any memories of this?
I think, see, man, all of this stuff, especially at that moment where literally every song that he was working on, for about 15 to 18 films that came out from the time of Boys.
Yeah.
I've been just sitting there and working on other stuff and being around.
Yeah.
And he would always say, do you have something we can put in this? And I'll say, we can try this. And I say, yes, let me take this and do something. And he said, okay, you have something, I'm doing this right now. Do you think there's something in this?
Yeah.
I said, well, we can try this. So like that, he said, okay, English, man, can you put some Tamil? I said, man, I don't know, man. It's like, because I don't, it's not me, you know, it's genuinely not me. And he said, I was like, yeah, I guess. He said, it's literally like that extremely weird and wonderful at the same time.
Wow.
That you just say, okay, man, let's go. You kind of, you're not sure, but you do what you gotta do. And then it's like, okay, it works, man. I don't know. It's just the craziness and the madness is what creates magic sometimes, you know? So maybe that's why.
Oh, wow. What an energy you have, Blaaze. Honestly, I mean, is this energy, is it like this all the time for you? I'm just curious. You have immense amount of energy and it's so infectious, I should say.
No, man. See, I don't know, man. Honestly, I'll tell you, I'm going to plug something else right now because I got to explain this to you. So this other poster in the back,
Yes.
with the number that I'm plugging, is, see, for the last 3-4 years, I've been trying to teach kids how to rap and stuff, right?
Correct.
Creative writing and stuff.
Yeah.
The first thing that comes out of this is that you need to first and foremost, this is lesson 1, in case any of you want to check the number and sign up. But the first thing that comes out of this is you got to create your own rap name.
Right. Yeah.
Like Marshall Mathers is Eminem. Like everybody who's a hip hop artist has a rap name, a stage name.
Yeah.
But the reason I'm telling you this now is because when you call me as Blaaze, this is me, whether it's dreadlocks or no, but the energy, the wanting to rap, wanting to talk to you, wanting to tell my stories, wanting to be the voice, that's the Blaaze.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I can't be like this 24/7.
Yeah, of
because
course.
then I can't go and take the dustbin out. I can't go to market and buy the vegetables.
Yeah.
So that time I'm Rajesh.
Right. Okay.
But it's like a fundamental lesson in hip hop.
Right.
That you create your alias, your stage name,
to
keep your perspective and to keep yourself grounded.
Right.
So like when you call me out in the street, you say, yo, Blaaze, I'll be like, yo, what up? Say, hey, Rajesh. I'll be like, Enna machan. It's not the same, man. It can't be the same.
Right.
But that's why it's entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, and when I'm Blaaze 100%. But when I'm not Blaaze, man, I won't even pick up your call.
Beautiful. Amazing.
So,
amazing. I love it.
Just the truth.
I love it. The thing is, since you mentioned Rajesh, right? I know you come from a Brahmin family, and so do I. Do you still do Sandhya Vandam?
Yeah, man. So more so.
This is not an ARR question at all. I'm just curious. This is Chander.
No, and it's beautiful because I've never, growing up, and it's great that we're on this AR thing because it is a Muslim Hindu thing as well, man, which people are scared to talk about. But I'll tell you, when you grow up outside of India, like me, like you, I have never thought about religion. I never cared about South and North. But my parents told me, go to Tirupati, get your Poonal. I did.
Yes.
After that, sure, I never continued my Sandhya Vandanam. I never did that for a long time, man.
Yeah.
I'm just like everybody else.
Yes.
It's like, I got it. Thank you. But that's about it.
Yeah.
But when you start to grow up and realize that every day when I'm in a studio with Rahman, every day he goes to pray.
Correct.
Not once, but several times.
Yeah.
And every time that he does that, he comes back peaceful and ready to roll again. Right? If you truly want to learn something from that, how can you keep your faith up?
Right. Yeah.
And then I thought, yo, I got this Poonal. What is it for? Man, it's just to protect you.
Correct.
But the thread that it's made of goes back centuries and it's from the earth, and that's what keeps you grounded at the same time.
Amazing. Yeah.
Now, that's still just a piece of thread.
Yeah.
So when Rahman goes and he prays, he's getting blessings straight up there. Now, for us, what they say is you hold the thread in your hand and then you count the 10, the 10, the 10.
Correct.
But you say the Gayatri mantra.
Yes.
So you don't need to do the full Sandhya Vandanam, but you say 108, you say 1008, but you say it.
Yes.
And when you say it holding the thread, you're energizing the thread.
Yeah.
Today, everybody believes it because you believe in energy. Back then, nobody did.
Very true.
So for me, that was a way of energizing the thread to keep me protected and keep me going in the right path.
Right. Wow.
But again, it's a lesson that comes from watching someone like Rahman Sir keeping his faith right up there.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing.
And like that, I'm saying more so after my father passed, you got to do that Ammavase Tarpanam and stuff
Mm.
every month.
Mm.
That's when I started to go into understanding why did I get my Punam.
Wow.
Because the one thread becomes 3 threads, becomes
Yes,
6 threads
yes,
when you're married.
yes.
So all those things we don't care about, man.
Yeah,
You know, realistically.
yeah.
But when life happens to you and
Wow.
you need to start looking for something to hold on to,
Wow.
that's always there.
Wow.
So
I'll tell you the truth now. You've inspired me because I haven't worn one for years. Every time I travel to India, my parents say Pune Lengada. Then my brother will always tease me, Parpa, Punal Potukama Sutin Rukan. And then it has been an inconvenience for me, especially to have it and then run and be in the gym. So I removed it and placed it in my puja room years ago. But after this podcast, I'm going to go into the puja room and wear one, man. Rajesh, you have inspired me today.
man, and if you think of the Punal
Yeah,
as just a spiritual energy
yeah,
that even Rahman prays to spiritual energy,
correct.
and you were born
Yeah,
as a Brahmin to have these things for some reasons that we don't know from centuries ago. You're
Yes.
in that lineage, okay?
yes, yes,
Then, man, think of it from, dude, if Rahman's praying, shouldn't I be praying as well?
yeah,
But
yeah,
I don't got time to pray. So
Yeah.
you know what? Let me just put this thread on and say the Gayatri mantra like
yeah,
16 times
yeah,
and I'll be energized.
yeah, yeah,
And if you now you know about protection about energy, about good energy, bad
Yeah.
vibe, good
yeah,
vibe.
yeah,
Man, if somebody is telling you this is gonna protect you,
yeah,
like
Yeah.
they even have those things that you wear on your arm in
yeah,
all religions, in all faiths, right?
yeah,
In ours, it just so happens that it's on around your neck. And
correct,
there's reasons for that, which we don't know, and we don't. It's
Correct.
okay. But the fact that it's there around your body,
correct.
dude, maybe it's just could
Yeah.
protect you from something that could maybe
Yeah,
make you feel bad,
very true.
and you don't have to tell anybody about it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you know,
Thanks
it's like
for
if you're already
inspiring me
wear
today.
it, nobody's gonna ask you. It's like it's on you, man.
Yeah,
And it's a very personal but very beneficial thing for you. I don't know. It's all good. But if you do it right after this, then you need to take a snapshot and make that PR that on your Instagram.
I will, and I'm going to tag you on that.
Oh,
Even before I did that, I'm going to send that picture to my folks in India saying, this is what Rajesh Raman did to me after coming to the podcast. I'm going to do this. I'm not making it up just because we are in this podcast.
No, but
I'm honestly going to do this.
But I'll also be real with you, man. My son is now 12 years old. I've been trying to get him to wear a punal since he was 8. You know, but he ain't doing it yet.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not like, yo, everybody got to do it. It's just if you got the blessing to do it, don't miss out on it, man.
Okay, awesome. Well, moving away slightly from that, I really wanted to ask you about, there was this one song which is still extremely special for me, the Tirukural song. And I do remember watching you in one of the interviews back in the days when it came out. I remember you said AR asked you to think out of the box for this. And I was just keen to know what that actually meant and what was the process that actually went behind such an amazing song.
So the way it actually first started off is since I was living in Bombay and a lot of work was happening in Chennai.
Yeah.
Rahman finally asked me, he said, would you want to move to Chennai? Because it'll be easier. My wife was expecting a baby and it was just, I was always away. So he said, would you move to Chennai? So we only used to come here on holidays, like you, like NRIs, just for like once every 2 years.
Correct.
But finally, when I moved to Chennai,
you
start looking at the city as an outsider.
Yeah.
You start to appreciate everything.
Yeah.
You know, you find beauty in all the colors, in all the noise, in all the filth, and everything. You find beauty in it.
Yeah.
To me, that started to happen, and the minute I started working with Rahman, I started to understand about lyrics, about our writings, teachings, and this Tirukural. I'm telling you, in Chennai, when you come, we'll
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
There's a thing called the Tiruvalluvar. There's a huge
Yeah.
thing in Nungambakkam, which is
The statue, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
The Valluvar Kotam.
Correct.
But it's him on top of a chariot. I mean, there are elephants,
Yeah.
and then wheel, and then on top of that is on top of that is Tiruvalluvar. It's like a huge thing.
Yeah.
And it looks so majestic, so powerful. Okay.
Yeah.
I started to. This is way before we started doing any of this stuff. I bought the Kural books.
Yeah.
I had the Tamil version and I had a version with that English translation. But the English translation is very tough.
Yeah.
Because it's like in British English with like big words, and it's got to think about it. That's complicated.
Yeah.
But man, so I started going to this Valluvar Kotam.
Yeah.
You know what you see there? You see guys and girls having a picnic, guys and girls coochie-cooing, and dude, and this is a place of so much energy, man.
Okay.
So I went to the security guard.
Yeah.
I said, brother, can you please open the lock? I want to go inside the chariot.
Yeah.
Here are my Tirukural books.
Yeah.
I'm a singer. I got to start doing this.
Yeah.
And he said, okay, nobody's ever asked.
Wow.
Every afternoon for so many days, weeks,
Yeah.
the sun, I would drive down there, sit there, open my books, and start translating.
Wow.
And I've got like some 20, 30 chapters translated in my own poetry.
Wow.
And this came out in one of the big newspapers and stuff. My photo with the Tiruvalluvar and all that.
Yeah.
And Blaaze writing Tirukural stuff. When Rahman asked me, what is this? It's what are you doing like on this? Man, check this out. I'm rapping it. It's in English. I'm rapping it. And he said, right, but the magic is missing because everybody is not going to get it.
Yeah.
And then he said, you think of this one, which was chapter 7, something on honor and respect.
Wow.
And he immediately at around some 12:02 in the night or something, he called this old lady, man, who's like a Guruji or some big, legendary person and he said she will sing the original lines.
Yeah.
And even then, man, it's again Rahman's magic to see the bigger picture.
Wow.
Because I went in there and he said, now don't do your hey, just be calm.
Wow.
And do it. Fortune and fame don't really matter in this game. Respect. He said, that's it. Take your time and just let it go slow.
Wow.
And I did this whole thing about all the lines that I'd written.
Yeah.
And then I got to tell you one more thing on this. Along with Rahman, the Tirukural, the Kural song, a lot of credit got to go to the one and only, rest in peace, Head Sridhar.
Right. Yeah.
Sound engineer,
legend. Yeah.
Because Sridhar sat on that mixer, man.
Wow.
And literally like a child with a brand new toy that's just come.
Wow.
I'm sitting next to him. Rahman has just told him, I'm going to come back and hear it, mix it up. He would tell me, look at this genius. Look at him. He has made her sing. And instead of you rapping later, he has made you also rap.
Wow.
There are parts of that song where we are both just doing our own thing.
Wow.
I don't care what she's singing. She don't know that I'm rapping. But he said, see, he has kept it together in the same sequence, in the same...
Wow.
And I said, so? He said, so now I have to make sure that if you, as a listener, are interested in hearing the English rap, you'll be able to hear it. If you are interested in hearing the Kural verses, you will hear that.
Right.
But they will both be playing at the same time and they both will not distract you.
Wow.
And that's Sridhar's magic. When you listen to the Kural now, put the link down. When you listen to the Kural now, you'll just see there is no other song where you can hear the rapper and just go on his trip. Or you can hear the lady and just go. It's just going together.
Yeah, indeed.
It's so magical. And he always told me about that, Sridhar, that see what Rahman has done, man, without saying a word.
Wow.
You always have a vocal rap, vocal rap. He just broke that and said, both of you go together, let me hear it.
Oof. Wow.
Mix is so perfect. He knew that Sridhar would come through, and he always did,
Yeah.
man.
Amazing. Maybe on that note, Blaaze, one line from that, if that's okay.
That's just the line I did right now, man. But I think y'all should go hear the full song because it's a message for today.
I agree. I agree. Let's do that. Um, Blaaze, there's one thing that I have to ask. Is the rap war. That was mind-boggling when I saw that. Oh my goodness! How did you guys conceptualize something like that? And who was the brain behind it?
Okay, so with all humbleness, I gotta say first, AR Rahman called me and he said, Blaaze, we gotta do something, and it's gotta be something like never before.
Right.
And I said, like what? I've done all this stuff. What do you want me to do? He said, well, how's about a rap war?
Wow.
And those were his words, rap war. And I said, okay, but then that becomes usually a battle or a war is always to show off. And it's always negative. That's why I don't freestyle.
Right.
Because if I start freestyling, I'll start being negative. Because that's the first thing that comes to mind. That's the easiest thing to put you down.
Right.
So a battle is always about putting the other guy down.
Right. Yeah, of course.
So in my head, when I heard it, I was like, but that's such a negative concept. But if Sir is saying it, there's got to be something positive about it. So how does this change? And then he told me, he said, who are the guys we can work with? And he had a few, but I really wanted to. He said, yo, there's ADK and thing and Cash was down. He said, let's do it with these guys. So I kind of first put down a structure of what I would think of the best hustle would be to take all of Rahman's songs.
Yeah, of course.
And that's the voice. It's not me showing how good I am in a battle with ADK. Or ADK in a battle with Cash.
Correct.
It's about us showing the world how good AR Rahman's rap songs are or rap bits are when you're rapping.
Yeah, wow.
That was the war, man. It is a rap war against all the melodic songs out there. This is how powerful we can be. And it was, again, humbleness comes into play because when I took down, like, okay, maybe ADK next. Okay, Cash could say that. And I sent that across on email to ADK. I sent it across to Cash. I said, this is like rough structure ideas, but everybody throws in. If you all throw your egos out the door and come and do this show.
Wow.
And during the rehearsals of the concert, me, ADK, and Cash would be in our own little studio room, and all the artists with Rahman would be in the hall rehearsing.
Ooh.
And we would be here trying to, and it's on YouTube also. It's called Rap Rugale, the B-roll or something.
I will look it up. Yes.
And it was us working on this together.
Wow.
And Rahman would just hear all our bits that we're kind of putting, and of course he takes the whole thing and just brings it to that magic. Even right at the ending, we finish. I said, yo, sir, and then we stop. Yeah, it finishes. He said, after you stop, audience will clap, and then we'll do it again. And then there'll be the last dol, amare, dol.
Oof.
So they stop, and then we thought, okay. He said, no, now we'll do dol. I was like, oh. And then when you actually do it, you're like, yo, that's what he already saw that like 3 months ago.
Wow.
And but so that the experience of working together is great, man. You know, it's like
amazing.
Yeah.
I love this track so much that I looked for it so much on Spotify, Apple Music, and all that. Of course, I could not find it. It was never released as a track, and I had to rip it off from YouTube and put it on my iPod MP3 and things like that. But that's the way I'm enjoying it. It's amazing. It's one of the best works. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. I have a bunch of questions from some of your hardcore fans. Are you okay for me to read them out quickly? This is a guy called Naushad, and he says he's actually got a bunch of questions. So I picked the best out of the whole bunch. Now, he said Gangsta Blues and Dreams of Fire. Which one of these is your favorite, Blaaze? And then also the fact that this movie went ahead to win the Oscars as well. And what's your thoughts on this?
Man, firstly, that's still a dream come true because on that Oscar stage,
Yeah.
even today, I brag about it because Rahman just mentions,
Yeah.
like, thank Gulzar, Rakib, and Blaaze.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I studied in LA at Columbia College. I studied PA cinema.
Yeah.
My dean of that college, Alan Gansberg,
Wow.
he called me
Yeah.
because we would have history of Hollywood sessions in the college course.
Yeah.
And we would discuss about the Oscars
Yeah.
in 1997.
Yeah.
We would discuss about what are the films, why are the things, critique them.
Yeah.
That's part of a course.
Yeah.
But when your name is being mentioned on that stage by the guy who just won, my dean called me to say, I just heard your name. I see you made it to the Oscar stage.
Wow. Wow.
You know, that's like, again, it's blessings that, you know, guardian angels been looking out for you.
Yeah.
But Gangsta Blues, Rahman Sir actually has sung when you put the groove down, it's like a Snoop Dogg meets Warren G meets Dr. Dre groove. It's AR Rahman. It's like none of them. And he went ahead with the Blaaze, come on, doing that. You know, when he just tells you or he just pushes you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you think, oh my J, oh my yo, that's how I might have done it.
Mm.
Because he's like, hey man, just be
Right.
this.
Right. Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm a yo, I'm a gray, I'm a low, I'm a ma. It's like, yeah, because you're just going with the vibe. And, you know, it's just magic, man. And then, so obviously Gangsta Blues is my song.
Awesome.
All the time. It's one of those beautiful songs. It's a special vibe and special everything. But
I absolutely love it too. And there is also another question from him. He said, Blaaze, do you have any memories of Style from Shivaji?
Yo, I do, but it might get a little controversial right about now. But that's what we're here for, so entertain you. So let's be entertained. So, here we go. And the truth is revealed. Yo, when we started, right, for months.
Yeah.
When Rahman Sir got the groove ready.
Yeah.
He had that already.
Right.
Day one.
Wow.
And I had to come up with something
Mm-hmm.
to explain about a guy who is black and wants to become white, about his insecurity of skin color.
Yeah.
And this was the brief.
Yeah.
And the guy is Rajinikanth.
Wow.
And when they tell you this, before you rewind it, before this movie was ever made,
Yeah.
and when they tell you this, you're like, dude, what kind of a trip are you on? But I sat down and you know what the original version of that song was? Do, 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 do. Could I be the sunlight? Could I be the moonlight? Tell me, is it still right? Cause now I am white. It's could I be the sunlight? Could I be the moonlight?
Wow.
Because could I be the sunlight? Could I be the moonlight? Tell me if I'm still right, cause now I am white.
Wow.
That's the English line that set off that song, man.
Wow.
And Rahman Sir loved it. And he said, this is saying this. And then Shankar came in and said, okay, now we gotta, make it Tamil. Which is cool. All the songs have happened like that. Even Hosanna, everything.
Yeah.
But when the Tamil writer comes in,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What is he listening to? Could I be the sunlight? Could I be the moonlight? Do you know what he wrote down? Oru kude sunlight, oru kude moonlight, ondraga senda, kalardane yen white.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a literal translation, right?
Yeah.
He picked up awards for that, nigga. I still haven't got one award. I'm saying, and I say this with all humility and humbleness,
Yeah.
that you gotta give artists due when it's due, man.
Of
The
course.
credit when it's due. And I say that only because I had a really good, I have a really good friend, I'm not gonna name him, who's friends with this lyricist,
Right.
who's a huge, big lyricist,
Yeah.
who wrote this Orukude Sunlight song.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
asked him in the Kumadam, in
Yeah.
the Sun TV, in all the interviews, man.
Yeah.
இங்க எப்போதுமே இதுக்கு முன்னாடி எப்போதுமே தமிழ்ல தான் எழுதிட்டு வந்துட்டு இருக்கு. அந்த சன்லைட் மூன்லைட் இங்கிலீஷ் வார்த்தைகள் எப்படி இங்கேருந்து வந்தது?
Correct.
I would have respected and given much love if you just say, yo man, this guy, bald-headed guy who wrote this rap, and we kind of worked together and blended it.
Yeah.
No, he said, அப்படியே மேலேந்து அப்படியே வந்தது. Like, brother, really?
No way.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, so to me, that's why it's deep to me. That's why it hits.
We know what truth is.
For so long, and you crack something. You crack like the secret code of how to express a thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it gets taken away. But at least you need to be known for cracking that code.
Right. Yeah. Of course.
But you know what? In the beautiful bigger picture of the universe, every Rahman concert that came after that. So I'm very straight with Sir. So I said, Sir, this guy, Jay, this is what he said, man. He said he just saw it. He said it just came, but you know I wrote it. So what's up with that, man? Tell him it's wrong.
Yeah.
You know what he said? He didn't say nothing. He said, let it be, man. Let's go. Next song.
Wow.
But you know how he gave it back to me? Every concert we did, he said, let's do Orukude Sunlight, Blaaze, and come and sing the Tamil song, what the people want to hear. But you come and sing it, and it becomes your big performance after Baba Rap. You're doing that song, you know?
Amazing.
So it comes around, but it's just that you always gotta be real, man. Otherwise, someday it's gonna come back.
Of course. We are with you, Blaaze. We absolutely love you for what you've been doing and what you will be doing for the years to come. There's just one more question from another hardcore fan of yours, and he messaged me just minutes before you came online, and he said, hey Blaaze, I am a huge fan of you from B to the A days, right? And he says, what do you think of the underground scene in Tamil music is? Do you think another gully boy of in Tamil might happen?
Man, firstly, I don't think you should really compare anything to anything else, because we got guys over here who are just flying, man, with their Tamil flows. I'm talking about Arivu. I'm talking about the Castless Collective. I'm talking about these guys who putting out real messages, who putting out thoughts, and they're doing it with such style and syllables and verses and meters that every time Arivu put out a song, I would shoot my own little TikTok video and put it out just for him.
Wow.
To show my support. Kalamao ni, kalamao ni, kalamao. It's like, because it's not what I do. It's not what I think in, you know? For me, it's in English, and that's what it is. But it is what he does. It is what they do in Malaysian, or it is what you do in Japanese or in Philippines. It doesn't matter, or in French. But when you put it across, if you're saying it with sincerity and that comes through, so it's huge, man. I just think that it's already huge, and the reason it's not at a gully boy level is because of the South-North divide, man. You never get that exposure, you never get that attention. So that's just a fact that you've got to deal with and keep on working.
Awesome. That's such a great answer. Thank you for that. There's just one last thing, Blaaze, before we close it off. I know this might be a tricky one, and you've known AR for such a long time. He's more like a buddy for you for all the years that you have known him. I was just going to ask, is there a message that you want to give to AR? I'm pretty sure he's going to watch this the moment he sees, okay, Blaaze is on this I Love ARR podcast.
Yo, I love ARR because he's more than a brother, more than a friend, more than a parent, more than an advisor. He's more than a guardian angel. He's just a blessing. And he's all of those encompassed into one. And I always want you to know that I'm forever thankful, grateful, humble, and always inspired and in awe by every move and every action you make. And always pray that you're going to be amazing always, and you keep me top of mind.
Awesome.
I'm telling you, man, I don't even have to think about this, man, because it's always there. It's
Blase, you almost got me into tears with that. And you know what, Blase? I'm going to grab your address and I'm going to send one of these jumpers over to you in Chennai. So,
yeah.
it says I love ARR, and I'm going to send one of these jumpers to you.
That'd be super, man.
And so we've come to the last part, and I want to save the best for the last, the dating song. And
there was this girl on. Oh, I gotta tell you, man. You can ask him this, okay?
Right.
I have never ever performed the dating song live in an AR Rahman concert. Why?
Wow. Okay.
Ever. And I'm telling you, we had a Malaysia show and we did a rehearsal.
Yeah.
With Sundara and Lucky Ali or whatever. We did, and something didn't work out.
Yeah.
But he got it. And we've never done that. I've never sung that dating song on stage.
Wow.
AR Rahman show ever. And I don't do my own shows because I've always been doing his. So I don't know why, man. And even Hosanna. Never done that on stage,
of course.
Man.
Of course. And
these
even
are the
recently in the T concert too.
So there was this girl on Instagram just a week ago.
Yeah.
Did Shruti. And she does a lot of cover songs and stuff. And she did this dating cover. She sang all the female parts. And she tagged me on it. And I'm very active on this stuff, man. At least now I am in the sense, if you ask me, I will write to you. But I'm not active in terms of telling you what I eat, when I sleep, what I do. Because that's not me.
Yeah.
But when she tagged me and she said, yo, dating song, Blaaze, check it out. I sat down and I wrote back to her. I DM'd her and I said, if you want to do this for real, let's do it.
Wow.
Like, I'll sing my parts. You come on and sing, the female parts.
Wow.
And like a YouTube video, get like 10 different things, do some sounds. Because she does all of that. I mean, I've seen they do.
Yeah.
Like, let's do that kind of thing. Let's put it. And she sent me an email, but I need to get back. But I'm saying, so it's like that. But that reminded me last week, like, yo, wow, the dating song. And now when you ask for it, okay, I think it goes a little something like this. I also have to tell you, we did the whole rap bit first, right?
Yeah.
We finished the whole song. At the end of everything, song is done, everybody's clapping, they're loving it. And then Sir said, Blaaze, a rendu line paadalama. I said, I'm done. We're like, what? Here. And now I was like, these are not my lines. What are these lines? Because I write, he's like, just read these two lines. I said, yeah, okay. Sing. I said, what do you mean sing? Man, everybody's watching here. What do you mean sing? And he said, you sing. And it goes, Yare ketu yendan nenjil idapakam needan norendayo undan uiril undan peril valapakam yen per serpayo. And man, I sang that bit and he put it right at the beginning and I was like, dude, I got such a good rap. What is this gonna do? But I'm telling you, again, today when I look at it and when you see the bigger picture and you hear that, and he's introducing a brand new thing at that time, and he starts with this guy singing who's not a singer, it's just to kind of tease you, to show you, the audience, is like, yo, I'm going to introduce a rapper, but I'm making him sing first.
Wow.
And then it just, when you hear that, it was just like, yo, man, that's the magic. It's beautiful, you know? That's why we love ARR. So,
amazing.
But, yeah, man, that's how the singing happened, but it was G-A-T-I-N-G, you and me were meant to be. Yeah, I can clearly see dating is a fantasy. Boys a gang vekka de, heartil helmet mata de, friend in a full stop vekka de, kadil chakar bum hoga de. Do that thing you love to do it, let me win your heart, let me never stop and let me start, all I want to do is win your heart. Yeah, man, something like that.
Beautiful, I love it. Blaaze, you know what, I have to say this. Somebody messaged me early this morning saying, Chander, how many people have you had on your podcast so far? I said about 15 or 16. And they asked me, whose has been the best so far? I said I think the best is yet to come. Today on this podcast, I'm saying this is the best.
And I'm sure you said that to Srini sir and to Shweta Mohan and
No, I haven't. I am honestly saying that this has been so energizing. Bloody hell. I've never enjoyed a podcast like this before. And there's so much energy, Blaaze. I think I'm one of your biggest fans after today, especially. I'm not exaggerating. But for the person you are, right? Bloody hell, I want to be connected with you at all times, no matter what. And I'm going to take you out, you and your family out for dinner when I come to Chennai next. And it is happening soon. It's happening this year after the COVID situation. So, Blaaze, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything, absolutely everything. And most importantly, the person you are. Thank you, Blaaze.
Thank you so much, man. And you too also. I know when you do your AR Rahman interview after that, it's going to be really hard to catch you, brother. But stay the same, stay grounded, and keep it real, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Come on, come on. Yeah. Come on, come on, come on. Yo, I'm about to explode. Here I come, can you feel my flow? Baba, that's what they say. B to the A, to the B, to the A. Yo, I'm about to begin. For the justice I will win. Can you stop me? You cannot. Get out or you will get shot. Do you hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, I don't know, sir. It does something to me, especially with your music. I get transported into a whole new world which I could never describe, which I've never been able to describe all these years.
But the book and dance,